I'm constantly getting messages from creators and small businesses asking me the same question over and over. Why am I not growing on Instagram and what am I doing wrong? Is it the algorithm or do people just not like me? And almost every time I scroll through the accounts of these said persons, I see the same mistakes happening over and over. Now, Instagram is really not that complicated. Sometimes all it takes is knowing what you're doing wrong and making some small adjustments. And I know that because honestly, I was making some of these mistakes myself. So today I'm going to go through the top 10 mistakes I see businesses and creators making on Instagram, and obviously I'm going to tell you how to fix them. Because how horrible would it be if I just told you what you're doing wrong without giving you the solution? This is going to be a long ride, so grab a pen and paper and let's get into it. Let's talk about first impressions. On Instagram, your bio is your first impression. What I see far too many accounts doing is neglecting their bios. This might seem trivial, but I assure you it is not. When someone clicks onto your account, the first thing that they're going to do is read your bio. It's going to tell them in a few short words who you are and what they can gain from following you. That's an opportunity you really don't want to miss. And also, if you want Instagram to categorize your account correctly, your bio should be containing words related to your niche, which honestly shouldn't be too hard if you're speaking to the right people. Let me just throw in an example of a good bio. This is Grace Andrews. The first thing she does in her Instagram bio is tell us who she is, which is the marketing director of Steven and Diary of a CEO. She's just immediately told us what makes her an authority and a leader in the space of marketing. So immediately she's already gotten a follow of people in her audience. And then she shares what her audience can gain from following her, which is social media insights and all the life learnings. And then she has a link of what she can offer to you outside the app. And of course, her keywords here would be marketing director, social media insights, and then her username, the social climber. So bio checklist right here, short and to the point, explain who you are and what your audience gains if they follow you, and what you can offer outside of the Instagram app. Moving on to mistake number 2, and these mistakes are to do with actual content you're creating. What I see businesses do too much on social media is they're posting way too much promotional content. If you have a product or service, cool. But what am I going to gain out of following my local hairdressers if all they're posting is pictures of the hair salon, their price lists over and over again, and the shampoos that are on discount again and again? I may have followed initially because I wanted to book an appointment or scroll through some before and after pictures when choosing what style of hair I want. But after my feed is being bombarded with your promotional posts, I'm going to quickly lose interest, and that's quickly going to turn into an unfollow. If you scroll through Red Bull's account on Instagram, you will not find one single post with their product in it. I'll bet you £1 million on that. What they do post instead though is a feeling, the feeling that Red Bull gives, which is energy and excitement. People want to follow accounts that make them feel things. They want genuine connections, not sales posts being shoved down their throats. Which brings me to the third mistake that people are making on Instagram all too often, which is not providing value to your audience. Every single time I'm planning content for my social media platforms, before I even consider creating it, I make sure that it does at least one of these 5 things: educate, inform, motivate, inspire, or entertain. If it has none of these things, I will not even bother posting it. Providing value is so crucial to page growth because it will build trust, give your account credibility, and actually retain the followers that you've gained. Let's go back to my local hairdressers. Let's call it Nella's Hair Salon, and give you some examples of how their social media account can provide value. An educational piece of content for the hairdressers could be a post sharing 5 tips to get shinier and softer hair. An informative post could be hair trends this winter from your top favorite celebrities. An entertaining piece of content could be some behind the scenes footage of the team at the salon goofing around. These are some of the things that will actually make me want to follow this page. And remember, you don't actually need to incorporate all 5 of these things into your strategy. Maybe just pick 2, 3, or 4. Whatever feels most relevant to your niche and your brand voice. Moving on to mistake number 4, I want to talk about Reels. I've never denied the fact, and I constantly say, video is the future. I personally think if you want to grow fast on Instagram, you need to be posting Reels. So it really hurts my soul deep inside when I see people posting Reels but making these silly little mistakes. The first one being is when they don't add closed captions to their talking head videos or their storytelling voiceovers. Besides the people that will watch on mute because they're on public transport or they're laying beside their sleeping partner in bed. Did you know that 85% of people on Facebook scroll with their sound off. Did you know that content with closed captions will receive 40% more engagement? If you're not adding closed captions to your videos in 2024, you're making a huge mistake. The software that I use to add captions to my content is the Captions app. So yeah, go download that and start using it. Another Reels mistake, which is mistake number 5. Some of you do have captions or text on your videos like titles. Well done to you. But the mistake you're making is that the text and your captions are either too high or too low on your video. You need to take into consideration that the bottom of your video is going to be covered by your username, the first 40 characters of your Instagram caption, and the filter that you're using if you are using one. And the top of your video would have the Reels logo. So you need to leave a safe space at the bottom and top of your video where you just don't put anything. Because if you do, it's going to be unreadable, messy, and ruin the entire aesthetic of your post, which will essentially damage your audience's experience. Another mistake that I've seen being made too many times on talking head reels is that you are either too high on your screen or you're too low on your screen. This is a mistake that you might think is quite trivial, but it's not. Let me tell you why. There's something called the eye line on your screen. Imagine your phone screen cut into 3 sections. The line that divides the first and the second third of your screen is called the eye line. This is where a user's eyes will naturally and most comfortably fall when watching content. Now, if you make sure in your talking head videos that your eyes line exactly here, you're going to improve engagement with your audience because you're making their experience on your account smoother and more personal because you're literally now making eye contact with your audience. This is a really small and easy adjustment that you can make that will go a long way. Mistake number 7. A lot of creators complain that they don't receive enough engagement on their posts. And sometimes the answer to this is very simple. It's simply because you're not asking for engagement. Mistake number 7. Not adding call to actions on your posts. If you want more likes on your posts, ask for it. You can say things like double tap this post if you agree, double tap this post if you found it useful, etc. If you want more followers, you can say follow for more value. Follow if you want to see more content like this. If you want comments, share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tag 3 friends in the comments. Or drop a heart emoji in the comments if you can relate. If you want shares, share this with someone that can relate. Or tag 3 people that you want to do this with. To put it simply, if you do not ask, you shall not receive. Mistake number 8, this is the last Reels mistake and a mistake that I personally think should be illegal, is not using audio controls. You know those videos you see and the background music is so loud that you're straining your ears to hear what the creator is actually saying, or it's just so distracting that you can't focus on what the creator is saying. Yeah, I don't even bother trying anymore. To fix this and make sure you're not doing this, it's as simple as clicking on the music tab before you post and clicking audio controls, and really bring the volume of your background music down to like a 4 or a 5. It's called background music for a reason. It's supposed to be in the background. Another very simple adjustment that can take your account a long way. Mistake number 9, which also should be illegal because this is such an outdated practice that I don't think anyone should be doing anymore. It may have once worked, but it's not going to work for you anymore. And that is spamming your captions with a ton of hashtags. Instagram themselves have recommended that you should be using only 3 to 5 hashtags per post. Why are you fighting it? A marketer from Hootsuite actually did a test. She posted 20 pieces of content onto her platform. 10 of those posts included 30 hashtags and the other 10 she only included 3 to 5 hashtags. The conclusion, the posts that actually had the fewer hashtags got slightly better reach. So stop wasting your time maxing out on hashtags. Also, using a bunch of different hashtags that are not directly related to your niche or the post is only going to confuse the algorithm and throw your account off where it's supposed to go. This can be detrimental to your reach. Instead, if you're trying to better categorize your content on Instagram and you want it to reach the right people, try improve your SEO strategy instead. Which takes me to number 10 of the top mistakes on Instagram that I see, which is not taking advantage of using SEO in your captions. SEO, by the way, stands for search engine optimization. It's really not as complicated as it sounds. All it means is using niche specific keywords across your entire platform that will help make your content more discoverable and searchable. These keywords can be in your bio, they can be in your hashtags, they can be in your captions. They can even be the text in your videos. But to keep it really basic right now, let's talk about Instagram captions. For example, let's say I make a post on Instagram about UGC, which is user generated content. And then this is my caption. How to create a UGC portfolio. One of the best platforms to find a template for a UGC portfolio is Canva. It allows you to attach your UGC photos and your UGC videos in an aesthetic format to make your portfolio seem more professional. In this caption, I can already spot 4 sets of keywords that could be in a user's search. First, how to create a UGC portfolio. Second, portfolio in Canva, then UGC photos and UGC videos. So instead of bombarding my captions with all of these in the forms of hashtags, I can incorporate them into my caption instead and use them as keywords. This will help Instagram push my account out to more people and the right people, so essentially my account can grow. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, then you're a real one. Comment in the comments below, no more mistakes, so I can see that you've made it. If you found this video helpful, then please give it a thumbs up because that really helps out my channel. And if you like this type of content and want to see more, then please subscribe because I post every single week.